Not?
Here we go.
Okay. Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to Connecting with our host. I'm Sue Rumack, and I'm the host that you're connecting with tonight at sacredyou.love. My tribe, I had to think of that word for a moment. My tribe is Life Force Activators, and I've been a host with Sacred You for about a year and a half, and I absolutely love it. So when we start talking about hosts, usually people are going to talk about their tribes, and I talk about my tribe all the time. We are energetic, we are vibrant, we are looking to rev up that life force activation to make us just shoot right through the roof and just build the vibrancy and joy in our lives. And we do it with all kinds of exercises and conversations and little classes that I give in the group. And our group is global, all over the world, and people join me in when they can. We meet every 2 weeks. So basically, Life Force Activators, you can go to sacredyou.love and click on it, find out more about it, watch some of our replays. And now I get to talk about being a host. So hosts come from so many different backgrounds, and all of the hosts on Sacred You are professionals in their fields. Sometimes their tribes are all about their field, which gives them an opportunity to showcase what they do, how they do it, and get better known in the community for what they do as a professional. Other hosts bring their favorite interests because they spend so much time in their practice, in their profession, that they also need a break from all of that stress of busy, 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 business, business, business. And all of our hosts, pretty well all of our hosts, are spiritual people who have spiritual practices of one kind or another, or run their brick and mortar businesses, which are more logical and left-brained, from a spiritual base. Even though it may not look that way on the outside to their clients, it's still run from the spiritual perspective of the owner. So that's a little bit about hosts. Oh, the other part is that hosts don't get paid for being hosts. We volunteer our time, which means we bring our expertise, our professionalism, and all that goes along with that to the care and watering and feeding of our tribe. We try to grow it from the base of our professional expertise, and we do it as a gift of love to the community. So what is it now that you know all about what hosts do and all about my team, my tribe, Life Force Activators, and that my name is Susan Rumack? What else do you need to know about me as a person, the person that brings all of this to my tribe? Well, first of all, I've been an entrepreneur all my life, starting from when I was about 23 years old, which means that is around 5 decades, long time. And we are looking at the creativity, the empath, the business aspect, the acumen that it comes out of being an entrepreneur for all those years. It's a different type of creativity. It's a different type of drive. And we don't think of it necessarily as being spiritual, because for business to be successful, it has to be both, if you are a spiritual business, spiritual and left-brained to make it, to let it survive, be organized and have process and accountability. So as an entrepreneur, I bring that accountability and that expertise and organizational levels to my tribe. That's number one. Number two, I'm a channeler. Ooh, that's something you might have not expected, but maybe you would with a spiritual group like ours. I've been a channeler since I was a very small child and had my very first out-of-body experience when I was about 8 years old. And I started prophetic dreaming when I was about 14. And my dreams came true. And they are documented. And they saved lives over the years. So, channeler, prophetic dreamer, energy healer. I'm an energy healer as well from a distance when I'm working with my clients who are people who are suffering from overwhelm, usually empaths suffering from overwhelm. More often than not, they are professional women who are suffering from overwhelm. We work on the not just on the life coaching aspect of getting out of overwhelm, but also the spiritual and the energetic aspect of it. And there are many, many times when I'll put my hand out and say, can you feel the heat of my hand in the middle of your back? And let that heat go right through your body and calm you, bring you back to center. So that whenever they feel out of control and can't get back to center, they're reminded to feel the heat of my hand on their back, and it pulls them back to a calm, healing place so they can take back control themselves. So as a life coach, which is my fourth profession, I guess, which I started when I was about 60 years old. And that was 16 years ago. So, oh no, yeah, no, I started when I was 58, not 60. And it's been 16 years. So I've been around a while. When I started as a life coach, I started as a left brain life coach. I stuck to the checklists. I stuck to the rules. I stuck to the format of life coaching, which was brand new 16 years ago. It was really quite unheard of. And people thought of coaches as being athletic coaches. You know, you say you're a soccer coach, you're a football coach, you're a hockey coach, what figure skating, what are you? And I would have to say, no, I'm a life coach. And they go, what the hell is that? And I go, well, I help people figure out their lives, where they get stuck, where they need to focus, how to clear away the old trauma, how to work with intergenerational trauma, how to set a life purpose, how to create goals, how to find identity. So all those things as a life coach. I started off using the checklists from my training. I was trained for 2 years before I was actually certified. And after a couple of years, I went, no, this doesn't quite fit me. And all of that spirituality came out, all of that connecting and channeling and healing came into my life coaching practice. And it evolved over the years. So as I moved through that, so I'm a life coach, I'm a meditator, I'm a channeler, I'm a healer, I'm all these things. And I've been channeling, like I said, all my life. In 2012, in 2012 to 2013, I was very ill. I almost died. And it was a year recovery. And when I came out of that, um, I'd spent a lot of that time on my couch reflecting on who am I? Why am I here? Why am I still here? And my guides jumped in. And I can still remember being on that sofa and thinking to myself, what am I here for? And this is what came out of it. It was my first book, The Pulse of Awakening, How to Connect with Soul and Life Purpose. Over the course of a weekend, 2 days, they channeled with me everything that had to come into this book. And it was all about connecting with soul and all about finding life purpose. And for me, it was galvanizing. It really helped me to come back to, I guess, why I was still alive. I've been challenged with staying alive more than once. So this particular time, it was very scary. And I really had to rethink who I was. So imagine that was now like 2012, 2013. The book didn't actually get published until 2015. And what I would love to share with everybody who is watching live on the live stream and Facebook, but also on anybody that's watching the replay, because the replay will be up for, about 8 weeks, I think, and then it disappears off of Facebook. So one of the pieces that came out, and this is on page 94, which, by the way, if you add the 9 and the 4 together, you get an 11, which is an angel number. Angels are talking to us. It says, what is soul? Soul is invisible without human form. And this is what they gave me. Soul is measurable electric current. Soul is an essence, a distillation of universal life force. There's that word, life force. Soul is a silent observer. Soul is waiting to be consciously engaged. Soul is the conduit through the veil between its dimensions and yours. Wow, that's a powerful statement. Soul is the conduit between the veil between its dimension, where it exists, and ours. We have somebody to talk to if we want to know what's going on the other side. Soul is your conduit for direct conversation with God, the God of your choice, source, however you choose to name God. God is your conduit for direct conversation with God. And finally, soul is hope. You know, to me, when I was given these statements, they don't give me these statements in a, as a page. Okay, gonna write down a page now. And we're taking dictation. No, it's like, what is soul? And then I sit around for a while going, what is soul? And then they give me one line. Soul is invisible without human form. And then I have to think about that. So what does that soul is invisible without human? Does that mean soul is sitting right here in the room with me? Is soul inside of me? Is soul someplace else? Is it here and there and inside of me all at the same time? It's invisible, formless, which means it could be anywhere at any time, and perhaps even more in more than one place at the same time. A lot to think about. And then they gave me each line on its own. It's a measurable electrical current, essence, a distillation of universal life force, silent observer. What does it do as a silent observer? Like, is it watching me when I'm in the bath? What's going on here? A silent observer of what? Of who? Why? It goes on to answer all these questions in the book. And then it goes on and it asks me, what work does soul do? Whoever thought of soul having to do work? I thought soul was just connected to God and it was along with me for the ride. And it was, that's what I thought it was. And then, of course, they asked me after they said, what work does soul do? They asked me the question, what work does soul do? And then I go, I don't know. And they says, well, what do you believe soul does? So we have these two-way conversations. Whatever you believe is true within the context of your belief system, and therefore an important piece in opening to your next level of inquiry. So the book goes on and on and on. It's got such beautiful, beautiful information, connection. When you read it, you feel like you're talking to soul, not to God, but to soul. And soul is answering what its work is, what it does. And in that context, you are also beginning to look at and inquire about your own life purpose. And it walks you through the exercises. Soul teaches me how to figure out my life purpose in this book. So, I mean, I'm not out here to sell the book, but if anybody's interested, you will find it on Amazon under The Pulse of Awakening. There's more than one title for that. Not all of them are me. I'm Sue Rumack and Soul Dancer. So see if you can find it if you want it, or find me in Sacred You and ask me, and I'll send you the link. But the whole point wasn't to sell my book to you. The whole point was to give you another aspect, another piece of who I am as a soul connected, God connected, spirit life connected person who is a host of a tribe called Life Force Activators at sacredyou.love. Now, as a coach, a life coach, my work has evolved over the past 16 years into being a service that's called Calm the Overwhelm Coaching Services. And if you just check on Google, Calm the Overwhelm Coaching Services, the URL will pop up and my pages will pop up and you'll find me. Calm the Overwhelm. who here needs calm the overwhelm? And I'm just seeing a little note. Links below this live to connect with me. Oh, Trina, our techie fairy, has put my links into the comments, so you'll be able to find them there. So as a coach, I work with mostly women. I do work with men, but mostly women. And I offer one-on-one, I offer small groups, coaching, elite coaching, one-on-one, for whatever it is that you need. And I offer divorce identities coaching for those people who are going through divorces and need not to get lost. And I also offer business charisma coaching if you're starting a business, to find the identity and soul of your business and help you to formulate your business plan. Obviously, as an entrepreneur, I've done that a few times successfully. And then there is a group membership that hasn't been quite set up yet for calming the overwhelm in general, for those people who want to join a group to work through modules, 12 modules lasting a year. And it's a yearly annual fee to work through all of this. Hopefully it'll be set up within the next couple of months. I keep trying. I've got lots on my plate. I don't get to all of it all the time. So as a host, like every other one of our hosts on Sacred You, I have a business, a spiritual-based business outside of Australia, outside of Sacred You, that is global, as are most of our hosts. And we service the entire world. The whole idea with Sacred You is that we want to be available to the whole world. We want to make spirituality a safe place to go, a gentle place to heal, a place where you find community, a place where you find new friends, perhaps even friends that don't live next door or down the street, but friends that you can trust because they speak the same language as you, even if their mother tongue is different, but they speak enough English that they can be understood. So what else would you like to know about Sue Rumack, sacredyou.love, host of Life Force Activators? You know that our tribe meets fortnightly. The day is changing. I have to set a new day and time to make it in the evenings for all of our Southern Hemisphere people, which means it's going to be really, really, really early in the morning for me. But I think it's worth it. If we get enough people showing up to have those conversations, it's so worth it. Because I love connecting with real people. Not talking to myself the way I am here right now, but I love talking to real people and having those personal interchanges, those conversations that where you can see the spark just all of a sudden goes whoop, and they're alive, they're lit up. To me, that's the best part of being a host, is to see that spark come on. So I've been talking to you now for about 20 minutes. I think that's probably long enough. If there's anything else that you'd like to know about me, Trina, are there any comments in the Facebook page, which obviously I can't see? Is there anything that I should have mentioned that I have not mentioned yet? You could unmute yourself. You don't have to come on camera if you don't want to. Oh, but there you are.
I've got to head for radio today. Hello.
Mm,
Uh,
hello.
we have our tech fairies, not me, but others who are posting all the links that have been talked about today in the comments under this live video. So you can click on investigate more, contact Sue for more information, how to join Sacred You, and all Sacred You members get a discount on allowable by hosts connecting with the community on a special personal centered one-on-one consults with our beautiful hosts, and future discounts on next level workshops when you want to go to deeper levels.
Mm-hmm.
That's about
And
all
I highly recommend that if you find a host that offers content that you really have found value with, and if they offer a course, jump on it, even if you have to pay for it, because what you pay at Sacred You is nothing. It's pennies. Per month, it's pennies. It's 10 American dollars. The trial is 2 weeks for $1 American. Access to everything. Try it out, see if you love us. And if you love us, don't do anything. It'll just flip over to your 10 American dollars per month. And you can just unsubscribe at any point in time that you choose, but you have to do that through your profile, through your account. If you do want to have a conversation with me one-on-one, as Trina just said, all my links are there. It's free. It's a free consultation. It's about an hour, and you can book a time when we can talk. We'll be booking it in Australian time. Your Australian time, just remember that I'm North America. So I'm a day and about 3 hours behind you. So if it's like 7 o'clock in your evening, it's about 4 o'clock in my morning. So the day before. So we'll be in touch. If the timing doesn't work, no problem. I'll let you know a time that does. But that consultation is free. And then, of course, you would be offered the next appropriate paid service that would help you to reach your goal, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you're taking any of my courses, of course, there is the Sacred You discount. As I said, any course offered by any host at Sacred You is well worth investing in, because you aren't just paying her money, you're investing in yourself. You're really going to learn something that you wouldn't learn anywhere else. We're very special people.
And stay tuned for the workshops.
They are coming up, aren't they?
Exciting. Where you can join others and connect to learn the next level of your interests.
Yeah, absolutely. Trina, do you think that this book would make a great workshop series where we would just work through it a chapter at a time, doing all the
I love
exercises and the
that.
stories?
I love that. And you know I love your stories too.
Oh, this book is filled with them. Every chapter has a story about how, something that triggered me to explore this in the first place when I was a child, or a middle-aged person, or there's even a piece there about me banging on the doors and stuff about my divorce, and how soul helped me walk through it, and how my guardians helped me walk through it and find myself again. So I mean, this book is just loaded with, and they're short because it's you see it's a little book, and the type is big. So
I love that. That's about my concentration span with all I have going on lately. And when you first showed me, it's like, oh, I must look that up.
please do. I love this book. Every once in a while I sit down and I reread it. I can read it in an afternoon. It's that small. Because the pages, there aren't a lot on each page, just because I don't like to be overwhelmed with words. Well, this has been delightful and delicious. And I know that this is the last connecting with the host that I will be doing, because I know that a lot is changing at Sacred You about all these live streams. We want to give you the best of the best of the best, and keep it from being that favorite word of mine, overwhelming. So I know that a lot of things are changing at Sacred You, and what we will be notified about live streams is very, very exciting and different from what you've been experiencing over the past year or two.
And popular demand has had us reshape how we do things. And to
Oh,
bring these
definitely.
workshops at deeper levels is just fantastic. It means you can really hone in and absorb yourself in all that information to just go to that next level growth from the tribes. We go to the tribes, we've already know this, but it becomes personalized and a lot deeper, more personal work to invest in getting that. So
And you know what's so interesting about Sacred You doing workshops like this with our own hosts leading them? You know who you're getting. It's not as if you're on Facebook and you saw this great ad pop up and they've got this real slick sales pitch and it sounds amazing. And first you're going to do the little short free one, and then you're going to buy the next level. Well, you've been doing all of this get to know your host thing for as long as you've been a tribe member at Sacred You. And so you know what you're getting. You know what she's like or what he's like and what they do. and you know that you can trust whatever it is they're going to be presenting. So you don't need all that slick sales stuff to convince you that you want to do it. If the topic appeals to you, you know that host is going to deliver.
Mm.
So, like Trina says, you know you're going to go to the deeper level. You can trust that because all these people are known quantities, and you've got at least a year's worth of video tribe meetings that you can always go back to and check to see if you really like the way they deliver, what they talk about. Yeah. Anyway, anything else I missed? Anything we should be talking about?
Thank you, Sue. Thank you.
Oh, you're
I think
welcome. It's been a
that's
pleasure.
all. And a reminder for the links that are underneath, and we've said it a few times, but again, underneath this live feed, please click and explore.